Imagine waking up with powers you've always dreamed of, only to find they destroyed your life. Here's 5 reasons it would suck to have superpowers. You'd be completely isolated. Chris has had super strength for 3 years now. When he was 16, he lifted a semi-truck over his head, became a national news story, and dated Ariana Grande. Now he's homeless. No, I'm not breaking any more ATMs for you. His buddy Styx, who sits next to him in an alley in Skid Row, tries to smoke a discarded joint that he found on the ground. Styx scratches at his arm. He's deeply addicted to fentanyl, which makes him desperate. Chris would know. He's addicted too. Well, here's the thing. 30 homeless tweakers fill their alley. I already told them you had the money. Chris struggles to his feet as the people pounce on him. Stop! Please stop! They beat on him, stab him with broken bottles. He pushes them off of him. People explode away from him, slamming against the walls, filling the alley with blood. Chris picks up a man and throws him against the ground, splattering his brains all over the concrete. He turns to Styx. You made me do this. No, please. Just run away. Run away and never come back. Styx gets angry. I'm gonna come back with more guys. Bigger guys. I'll get you all your sleep. Crunch. Chris sighs. Chris jumps out of the alley, sailing across the sky at 1,000 feet. Maybe he'll give Vegas a try. He thought Styx was never gonna ask him for anything. It had been 9 months, but he knows the truth. They always ask. They always know his face, and they always wind up dead. He can't tell if it's wind glare or not, but tears run down his cheeks. You would constantly be hunted. Malik really wishes he couldn't turn things into gold. He's only had his powers for 2 weeks and he's already on the run. He pushes and pulls his way through a slum, rooms connected to other rooms through tunnels and shoddy construction. In Somalia, the word building permit is a joke. His hands and feet are wrapped in cloth, just things that he's found, and he wears long sleeves and pants despite the heat. No one can know what he can do, or he's dead. He's pretty sure he gave enough gold to his parents for them to not snitch on him, but it's only a matter of time. He has to get out of Somalia, far away. Then maybe he can make some gold artifacts without drawing too much attention to himself. A gunshot rings out, vibrating through the metal shacks. Malik's slum's floor shakes. Malik thinks he's tied up most loose ends. His parents, his uncles should all be rich now. But that's the thing about money. Once you have it, you always want more. Malik Ugochukwu, get down here now. He's screwed. He doesn't know what to do. He goes up to a group of kids in the slum, staring at him. If you help me escape them, then I'll make you rich, okay? The kids look up at him. Oh yeah? How? Malik sighs and takes a hand wrap off. He touches the kid's shirt. It turns into solid gold. Oh my god! Will you help me? Yes, follow. Bang. The kids scatter. The kid in the golden shirt clatters to the ground, a bullet in his head. Come on, Malik. Don't do this. Malik turns to see Biggs Ogumwe, the slum's warlord, with a guard holding his mother at gunpoint. Work for me or she dies. He turns to his mother. I told you not to sell it at the market. Where am I supposed to sell it, Malik? I'm sorry. Run, Mom! He pushes the guard over, turning his jacket into solid gold, immobilizing him. He grabs Biggs' gun and tries to shoot himself, but he can't. The gun, and all the gunpowder in it, has turned to solid gold. You can never trust anyone. So what do you do for work? Angela is the most beautiful girl Max has ever seen, sitting at dinner with him in the most beautiful restaurant he's ever seen. Don't do it, Max says to himself. He sips his wine and sees tremors in the liquid, a product of his hands shaking. Aw, are you nervous? She touches his arm. He's short, but he's been working hard at the gym. They don't look horrible together. Can I tell you a secret? She says. Max looks up at her. I'm nervous too. She smiles, sheepish. Please don't do it, Max says to himself. Her porcelain skin blushes a little bit. Max can't believe she's here with him. Don't be nervous, he says. You're beautiful. She blushes more. She's sexy when she blushes. You're beautiful too. Don't do it, he says to himself. But he does. He reads her mind. Her entire life unfolds in front of him like a newspaper. Born in her village in Russia, her first sexual experience at 13, learning how to manipulate men with her lips, her body, her voice, all the yachts and beaches she's been to, all the men she's slept with. And of course, she sees him on the news. Max Verma, the stockbroker billionaire. She sees his company go under, the rumors that he has abilities. She wants him, not for who he is, but for what he can do. For her. And Max doesn't even hate her for it, because he knows that everybody's the same as her. They're all selfish. Selfish all the way down. She's taken acting classes in Berlin to perfect the blush. She's seen the interview he did where he says he doesn't read minds anymore, where he said how lonely he is. What's wrong? She says. I have to go, Max says. He smokes a cigarette and drives his Bugatti. He frantically Googles the phone number, his phone shaking, because his hands are shaking. National Mental Health Hotline, how can I help you? What's the point of living if I already know what everybody's thinking? He sees a red light. The car is driving past. It would be so easy for him to just hit the gas pedal. Hi, Max. Is it bad today? Your powers could be horrible. Jenna wakes up in complete darkness. She likes it that way. She used to jump out of bed and get some sunlight in her eyes right away. Not anymore. She's put blackout curtains over her windows. She liked to stay inside for weeks back when she lived with her parents. She rumbles over to the fridge for food. They kicked her out years ago. She picks up a 10-day-old takeout container and looks at the mold on it. She contemplates eating it. She sighs. She feels for the door in her apartment. She knows where it is and her lights work, but she doesn't want to turn them on. She doesn't want to see her reflection. She touches the doorknob and sighs. Here we go. She opens the door to an army of paparazzi taking pictures of her. Freak! Freak! Hey, over here! Being a cube of ooze is definitely a superpower, but it's not one that anyone would want to have. Her body parts and organs float in a translucent turquoise cube, picking up bits of plastic and trash from her disgusting apartment. She slides into the motel's parking lot. The paparazzi snap pictures of her. Over here! Get under the light! Across the way, she sees a little girl. She's got to be 6 years old. She has pigtails, the way Jenna's mom used to do them, back when she had her hair. She sees the little girl see her, sees the face of disgust, then hatred, then pity. She's 6 years old and she still doesn't know how to hide her emotions. But Jenna knows the truth. That's how they all feel about her. It's too much. Jenna starts melting down into the earth. Through the sewer system, down underneath the tunnels of LA, into the dirt, into the granite. The material of her ooze can melt anything. It's toxic. Jenna is toxic. Maybe if she melts down far enough, she'll reach the center of the earth and burn up. She hopes she'll die, but deep inside, she knows that it's a lie. She's immortal like this. Invincible. You would never be enough for anyone. Johnny sucks the fire into his skin. He glows with heat and energy, his whole body covered in flame. He can control fire and even turn his body into flame whenever he wants. He soars up and shoots the fire into the atmosphere, floating down to the ground. The building isn't burning anymore. The people are safe. The crowd applauds. They don't speak English. Chinese, Japanese, Johnny isn't sure. The days are blending together. He hasn't slept. He winks at a girl in the crowd and vroom, flies across the Pacific Ocean. Northeast across the Pacific, forest fire, 1600 in danger. His air controller Ben is a good man. Or was his name Bob? Johnny can't remember. He needs men like him to tell him where the fires are. He soars over the ocean, sucking in oxygen. So tired. Johnny! He wakes up and soars into the air. He almost hit the water. It would have been over for me there, he thinks. All those people would have died too, if he had died then. Idiot, idiot, he says to himself, gritting his teeth. You're stronger than this. They need you. Keep going. He speeds up, glowing so hot he shines like a mini sun, lighting up the ocean. He lands in the middle of the forest in Canada. 50,000 trees are on fire. Normally, Johnny loves being in the center of the fire, but this is too much. He has a scary thought. This is what hell looks like. Johnny, this is a big one, Bob. I don't know if I can handle it. Just do what you can. Please. Johnny digs deep. He inhales. Johnny sucks the flames from the forest. He's feeling faint. So much energy is flooding into his body. Long ago, a scientist told him he didn't have any limits to the amount of fire he could consume. He prayed he was right. His knees buckle. He's feeling faint. He's burning up. You did it, Johnny. You did it. Johnny wakes up. An EMT holding a defibrillator next to him is crying. We almost lost you. I saw you on satellite cam. You look like God. Johnny flies home. He lands on top of his building in New York and walks down the stairs to his penthouse. He looks at his fridge. All optimized food, calories, and protein. But Johnny wants McDonald's. Johnny goes down the elevator and leaves his building. Taxi! Johnny? He turns around. A 50-year-old woman is there, weeping. Is that really you? Johnny doesn't know how to react. Yeah. She spits on his face. You're the devil! The building security guard pulls her away. My daughter died in Queens, Johnny. Where were you? Saving a bunch of people in China? She's dead, Johnny. The spit runs down his face. He remembers the fire. Queens, 3 years ago. He remembers a little girl died there. Optimizing for his time, he had to be in China to save more people. More children. But seeing the hatred in the woman's eyes, Johnny knows he isn't a god or a superhero or special. Seeing the hatred in her eyes, Johnny knows that he's the devil. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers.